Okay, I have a simple example over here. I've created a function called addStuff, and it takes three parameters, 1, 2, and 3, and it simply returns the addition of all these three parameters that are provided. And over here, I'm executing the function by providing it three parameters, and it basically works. Now, just to print over here, if I refresh, nothing's going to happen because I'm not using this value in any way. So I can simply return, it's already returned over here, so I can actually even alert it, or I can console.log the value. So I can simply say const a or val is equal to whatever value is, and I can simply do console.log here and do val, and that would print out the value for us. So if I refresh, you see it says I love coding because I provided these three values over here. Now, just to make it simple over here, I don't need to save the value in val. I can simply console.log right here and add this as a parameter. So rather than saving the value inside, I could simply do it like such. So this is much more difficult to read because it's in one line. We're not making the variable, but it still works. So you see console.log is taking a function, and the function is executing whatever value is returned here gets printed out. So if I save and refresh, the result would be same. But I think the previous example was much more cleaner. It's considered a clean code actually. So we're going to stick with this example. Save, refresh, and that would work the same. Now, building on this particular knowledge, I want to share with you that every function actually gets a very special keyword called arguments. So this function, I'm just going to simply console.log and just put the word arguments. So arguments, like such. So let's see what happens. What does this arguments thing do? So I'm going to save and refresh and see what happens. I'm going to make this big. And it seems like this is an array, or looks like an array, right? So it's arguments. It has three values. The first value with the index of 0 is I. The second one is love. And the third value with the index 2 is coding. So it seems like that all the arguments that this particular function receives is captured in an array-like keyword called arguments. So let's say if we were making a very complicated function which could take n number of arguments. So in this case, our code is only compatible to take three inputs, right? So we have to say 1, 2, and 3. If we want to take 100, we would have to put it like such, 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and 7, and 8. We have to keep on going. But let's say we were creating a function which could take as many as we wanted number of parameters or arguments. We would simply use the arguments keyword. So instead of doing like this, we would actually do it like this. We would treat it as an array. So we would not use any of this, and we would simply say arguments index value of 0, and then plus arguments index value of 1, and arguments index value of 3 or 2, sorry. And that would do the job exactly fine. Save. And now, just to make it big so it's very visible for you, same implementation, same usage, but the implementation is different, all right? So I'm going to save and now refresh, and you see the result is the same. Now, of course, if you had hundreds of items, you would have to write from argument 1 all the way 0 all the way to 99. In that case, we would actually use some kind of looping mechanism. So it would go through all the length of the arguments and then capture all the value and then merge it. So let's take a look on how to achieve that particular outcome in the next video.